In this video, we are going into tvtropes.org. We're pulling out their RPG elements and mechanics, and we're transforming them into real-life personal growth techniques, tactics, and mindsets. Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about all swords are the same and what that means for you in your life and how you can adjust your mindset in order to utilize some of the game aspects and the games that you've learned from and bring it into your real life so you can actually make a larger impact in the world, and you can turn up your personal development motivation and drive and really get it going so you can live a better life. What's up, game changers? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology. All swords are the same. So if you think back to the older games, a lot of times they have like the same sprite that's reused a lot of times. So somebody will pick up a sword, or they have a sword to begin the game with, and it's cool. They do this little slash action, and then you pick up a new weapon. It's got new stats, it's got a new look to it, but you put it on and it's the same sword and it's just doing the same thing over and over again. There's no like unique movement with it. There's no adjustments or anything like that. It's just this is all we got, and we're going to use it. So our minds are formed, our brains are formed so that we're picking up all this data, right? The unconscious mind is pulling out all this information. Our conscious mind is going through all this information around us. What's this? What's this? What's this? But this 11 million bits of data that's going on around us cannot be handled in real time with our brain. We just can't do it. We usually stick to 7 plus or minus 2 bits of data. Okay, so if you're on the lower range, it's like 5 things you can handle. On the higher range, it's like 9 things. So that's why phone numbers are usually split up into, 7 or so numbers, because that's as much as our like working memory can really handle. And so because we parse this down all the time, and we do this with conversations and everything in life, we run into these loops. And there are beneficial loops, like the door over there that you can't see. If I didn't know how to pattern recognize and say, okay, this is a door, there's a handle, I can assume that maybe I turn it in some way and I pull or I push and I can go through this. If we couldn't do that, then every time we ran into a door, we would run into a door. We'd be like, I don't know how this thing works. And we would have to sit there and like figure it out and use this problem solving energy, and all this cognition is going to like it's draining. You're going to keep wasting this energy. And so our mind pattern recognizes and funnels all this information down and chunks it into different pieces. You know this, like if you drive and you're going to work, even if you're walking to work or taking the train, you leave your house and then there's a lot of times just this void. Like, how did I even get here? What did I do? Like, I don't remember much of that journey. And that's because your mind is just running on autopilot a lot of times. And this can be good, but it can also cause some problems. Like in a relationship, if you're always like you always do this. You're kind of like attacking your mate or your partner or whatever it is, right? You always do this. You're piecing together different types of information, different events or experiences, whatever it is, into one chunk, into one thing. But it's not the same, is it? It's not the same sword every time. There are different stats, different allocations, different unique points to it. They don't always do that. You're generalizing it. I'm generalizing it. I assume we all do this in our own ways, and that's a generalization as well. Also, if you wake up and you go through your day, and then at the end of the day, like, every day is the same. It's just the same routine over and over again. And how am I ever going to get out of this? What am I going to do? And it just feels like that weight, right, of how am I going to make a change in my life? Well, it's because you're not paying special attention to the important pieces, the uniqueness of it, the magic in each of those moments. So what can you do? Take time to notice the magic from each of those. This is something I learned from Tony Robbins, also something from Annie Lala. She talks about how she has set up certain routines so that when she notices, for example, a sparkle or something like that, some sort of glistening, that's her anchor, that's her sign to reflect in the moment and just be proud and have gratitude for it. Tony Robbins talked about writing the magic that happened throughout the year or throughout the day or week or whatever it is. Like, what were the amazing things? This is something that I teach in my I Now Feel Positive program and the journaling process within that. So have gratitude and appreciation for the uniqueness, for the differences in the situations. And you'll stop seeing all swords as being the same. You'll stop seeing as this problem is always like this. There's nothing I can do. It's always going to be the same. So if you keep looking at each situation as much as you can as being unique and special and having some sort of lesson within it, then I think that's going to benefit you greatly. It's hard. It's something I get caught up too with, and just, you just go through the routine, and then you're like, it's already 10 o'clock. What am I going to do? Like, I wasn't as productive as I wanted to be, or this relationship isn't going anywhere, or I'm still, still got this extra weight. But each day is not the same. Each experience is not the same. It's just being chunked like that in order to help you process it more readily. And taking the time to break down those chunks and notice the uniqueness of this sword, of this weapon, of this experience, of this monster, of this, gear, or whatever it is, this aspect of my life. Taking the time to break that down is really going to help you. So I suggest setting up a little anchor. Like, what's something that you do every day? Brush your teeth. I hope so. It's a pretty cool thing to do. When you're brushing your teeth, link that to this new habit and be like, well, what can I be grateful for today? What is something that was a little bit different about today or yesterday that I wouldn't have noticed if I didn't take the time to really go through it? You'll start to set up this process of breaking things down and looking for the uniqueness of them so that you can turn them into life lessons. Okay, so I hope this video helped. Please let me know down below any comments you got, anything you want to say, any constructive criticism would be good as well, because I want to make this a better series. I want to make these videos more impactful and helpful for you. Okay, also like, share, subscribe, and if you're interested in more of these kind of videos, you can check them out right over here. And hit me up if you're interested in personal growth, coaching, and transformational work. All right, keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.